What is up, everybody? It's your boy Michael Harris, joined as always with Lincoln Cook. Welcome to the Left Hand Backhand Disc Golf the Right Way. How's it going?
I like what you did there.
Yeah.
That's nice. It's going good. Not too much excitement in the world of disc golf, but my world is a little exciting.
Yes.
So
We have plans are brewing over here.
if you listen to last week, found out we got some news about U.S. Amateur Disc Golf Championships.
Yes.
So there's been some development in that arena since last week.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
Plans are being set in motion. It's seeming like it's going to be an actual thing that's going to happen. So we're very excited. For sure.
I'm biting at the what's the word?
I want to say
chomping ready to go.
Chomping the bits.
Chomping the bit. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're ready to go.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So we got some disc golf news to cover. Then we got our in the bag. We'll also talk about the some dealer's choice, and then might end up with talking either some 2-minute drill or just more about our US Am experience. That's what we should maybe make that last segment, is just like a little recap of our plans and what we're set at right now.
Yeah, upcoming events.
The countdown to US Am.
There we go.
Cool. All right. So this weekend was Texas State's. It was a silver event, if I
they
mistaken.
downgraded it to a silver series. Don't love that, but
yeah, I mean, there's only enough time for so many like full Pro Tour events, and there's only so much time for silver events. And I think it was good timing, but possibly not for the right like courses. So like if you had the silver being before Austin,
sure,
or silver being the Austin tournament, and then leading up to another Pro Tour event, you maybe would have had more people playing it. But I mean, it wasn't a slouch of a field.
Not at all.
But we had Calvin Heimberg. Actually, you go over results. You have a pulled up in front of you. So
yeah, so Calvin Heimberg took it down 33 under par over Anthony Barella and Joel Freeman, who shot 27 under par. So Calvin kind of slaughtered him pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, slaughtered 6 strokes, but 6 strokes in MPO is kind of a slaughter.
Yeah.
James Proctor with another strong finish at -26. Alden Harris in 5th place at -24. Followed by Nicholas Antilla, Ezra Aderhold at -22 in 6th place. Aaron Goose Gossage, Kyle Klein at -21 in 8th place. And then tied for 10th place, Brody Smith and Chris Clemens at -20. So 10th to 6th is a 2-stroke separator, and then 5th to 1st was a 9-stroke separator.
Yeah. So that bunch after Calvin was very close to each other. What that we have like seen so far during the MPO season. But Calvin was able to just kind of play like he has
back-to-back wins. Just a
start
robot,
the
man.
season.
Well, I guess not back-to-back wins.
Yeah.
He didn't win. But he won. He just won. But he won Vegas.
Yeah. So that's a few ago.
So he's already got 2 early bigger wins.
Yeah. Well, one Pro Tour and then 1 silver event. But I mean, his 2 results in Waco and Austin were 3rd. I think 3rd or 4th, at least top 5.
Yeah.
So
he's been top 5 every tournament.
His game has just gotten so
robotic.
Good. His putting is unstoppable right now. So it is he is on a mission, and he's very exciting to watch for sure.
And he just doesn't care. The best.
No,
Like he
yeah,
just
so calm,
emotionless almost,
so
which is
calm.
like good and bad at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You don't want the kind of face of the sport for the season to just be kind of emotionless, but he's not emotionless. I mean, the way that he carries himself in those um, Jomez rounds, practice rounds, the skins
Yeah,
matches.
he's goofy, light.
Yeah, yeah, and it just
Like,
yeah, he's fun to watch. He's hard to root against for sure.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, he's my second favorite player on tour.
yeah,
I have to admit, he's my second
yeah,
because I'm a Rick Homer at heart, and I don't even know why.
because he throws that pig, or he
It
used
it
to.
really was because of the pig. Like I had the 2019 Tour Series pig, and
Yeah,
saw Rick try to come back against Paul, and thought, I want this guy to win because he's not the best, but he could be the best.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
um,
Cool.
Recapping FPO
Hmm.
because this is a little more interesting to me. Sai
I know.
Ananda,
Yep, yep.
uh,
Took it down.
never heard of her. Took it down, 3-stroke victory over Kristen Tatar. She shot -20, which, I mean, I don't know if the layouts were different, but
I
shooting
think there was a
-20
few different tee pads, but
would have put her in top 10 in MPO, which
yeah,
is freaking amazing.
yeah.
Kristen Tatar second place -17, Owen Scoggins third at -16, Holland Hanley fourth at -15, and then Katrina Allen and Jessica Weiss at -10, tied for fifth.
Yep.
So we're seen as a familiar top. Owen close up there. Holland Hanley's putting together a good season. Katrina
Hmm.
Allen is always close to contention.
Yep.
But
A new
man,
winner.
a new winner with a 3-stroke victory over Kristen Tatar. Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah. There have been, I think Statmando posted it. There have been 6 Pro Tour events, so like either Elite Series or Silver Series this season. Because there was the wraparound events that went over, and there have been 6 unique different winners in the FPO division.
Yeah,
So
it's
for like
awesome. I mean, it's good to see, right?
exactly, and I feel like so often you hear about the parity in MPO and how on any given
Any
weekend
given tournament.
the
Yeah.
same like someone else can just kind of pop off, get that low round, get the putter going, and they can win. I do agree that the amount of people that can do that is larger in the MPO division, but you can't
Yeah.
say that the FPO division is a slouch and it's the same top 3 players, or even just like relying on Kristen to just be up there all the time. So
Yeah.
it's
Because
very
she's
refreshing.
very clearly number one.
Yeah, yeah,
But there are people that can challenge her.
yeah. She's starting to show a little bit of kink in that armor of perfection that she was
Hmm.
playing with last year. I mean, I watched some of the round on Friday. The conditions were not ideal, not terrible, but like just a little bit of wind, raining on and off. She didn't have a caddy with her, so having to dry off your own disc, having to just like stand there in the rain while you're about to putt. Like, I don't know how you guys do it, but I cannot throw a disc when it's wet. I think I've said it before, but I would take 30-mile-per-hour winds all day, every day if I can have dry hands over rainy weather. Like that's just how it is. No matter how many towels you have, if it's raining, it is a miserable time on the course for me.
I mean, rain's not ideal by
Yeah,
any means, but I grew up in the rain. So
yeah,
I guess, I don't know, maybe I'm not used to it anymore, but I grew up playing golf tournaments in the rain, and just, you manage, you
yeah,
figure out what you got to do,
yeah,
and you just play slower,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like you can't push as hard, forces you to be a little bit more smooth, a little bit more
Mhm.
controlled. I don't know, worked for me.
Yeah. I mean, there's other sports that I can play in the rain. I mean,
Sure.
but disc golf is not one of them.
Yeah.
So,
Um, Real quick, I want to touch on the course.
yep.
So I learned to play. I first started playing disc golf in Houston, so
Okay.
North
Not far.
Houston.
Yeah.
But uh, this is a new course, so I didn't recognize it clearly.
hmm
But what did you think overall of the layout of the course, the difficulty, the style? What were your thoughts?
So I only watched the FPO, so I can only really like comment on that. I didn't watch much of the any of the MPO, so I don't know if their T pads were farther, different pin locations or anything like that. But for the FPO, it was a really good park style golf. Force you to maneuver around trees, force you to kind of like hit a intended line, but if you wanted to work your disc a different way, you were able to. There were OB lines kind of painting a fairway, so it wasn't didn't have to rely on a natural kind of like walled with bushes and brush, um, which some people dislike, but I like it because it keeps the golf like more clean, and you're not just like shanking off into the woods and having to just pitch out 10 feet. It's like if you pull your drive, you, they'll mark where it went out of bounds. You'll just throw from there and get on with it. So it was really good, and I think being shown from the results, the scoring, it was had to have been a really good FPO layout where you're challenging your top
Yeah,
players, but they are still able to score. They are able to shoot hot rounds, shoot low, um, while still maintaining like not being just a straight bomber course and not being a putter's paradise type of course with a bunch of par threes. So I think it was a very
yeah.
nice course. And with a little bit nicer conditions, maybe they could have even gone lower. So it was cool.
The one thing I didn't love about the course was knowing it was in Houston. I wanted to see Houston disc golf, which is
Yeah,
wooded, uh, like specific lines that you have to hit,
yeah,
and like putts from over obstacles and branches and through trees and things like. I wanted to see some of that.
yeah,
So like last year, Texas State's was in like outside of Tyler, Texas area. I
yeah.
felt like that course had a little bit more of that diversity in the course style.
hmm
Granted, this was a park style course, and it was good for what it was, but I wasn't in love with it.
Yeah,
Thought it was fine.
yeah.
First year of the course, temporary setup, but
hmm
I'm not the biggest fan of the painted OB lines. I would rather see natural OB kind of, you know,
Yeah,
cart paths, wood lines, and I don't know. That's just where I'm at. But
yeah,
I thought the course for being a first year course was actually not bad.
yeah, yeah. It's good.
Just would have loved to see a little bit more Houston in it.
Yeah, and it's hard because you these tournaments are getting bigger. You're having more spectators. They're needing to be on a more kind of open style just to accommodate
Accommodate.
accommodate for
Yeah.
fans and for just like for the viewers at home when they're recording. Like, yes, it's nice when you see that perfect tunnel, but if there's only 5 feet behind the tee pad for the cameraman to sit and stand, it's like there's starting to be not enough room. So
Yeah.
whenever you can,
No, valid point for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, whenever you can include trees, and that's what I've heard someone say is like, I want fairway shots that are open that lead into tight wooded gaps. And so it
Okay.
like
I'm
throwing
not
into
opposed
the
to that. I like
trouble
it.
instead of like starting from it and going to an open. Um,
Sure.
so that's like there is more space to record like by the basket. type of thing. I don't know, but
You can have a catch cam down there. You
yeah,
can have spectators on the sides, but it kind of funnel a little bit more of a funnel than
yeah, yeah,
a reverse of that.
yeah, yeah. It's just like in
Yeah.
golf, like
No, I feel that.
they stand right on the fairways, but they're not really close to the greens that often.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's cool.
I think where we're having Worlds this year is like half of it is a great spectator course,
Hmm.
and the other half of it is a little bit
Yeah,
uh, not as great because of the woods. But man, I'm so excited for Worlds. I'm excited to go play those courses one day and
yeah,
get out to Smuggler's Notch up in New England area.
yeah.
It's a good time.
That'll be next on our
Uh,
bucket list.
yeah, that's a 2024 trip.
Yes, for sure.
Sick. Well, should we do some dealer's choice?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, take it
Okay.
away.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you want to call it? Heads I go first.
Yeah,
Tails?
I'll go tails since the top has your name on it.
Heads.
Okay.
Okay. So my dealer's choice is a uh, build a player battle. So we're building the greatest player of all time, the GOAT disc golf player, but we're battling against each other.
Okay.
So we're building a player with certain skills. So we have forehand, backhand, putting, a scramble game, a mental game, and then surprise one for you, apparel, dress, how they look.
Okay. Okay.
So obviously forehand, backhand, putting, a little bit more important than the other three.
Yeah.
But we'll build our best player and we'll see who came up with the better player.
Perfect.
I'll let you go first. The only stipulation is if you were to choose a player from one manufacturer. So if you chose Eagle McMahon for one thing, you could not choose Kyle Klein for something else.
Okay.
But I could.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
so are we like if I take Eagle, are you able to take Eagle but like
no.
it is opposite? Okay, so it's just
Nope.
straight up
Once the player's off the board, they're off the
one
board.
to one. Okay, okay, okay.
Yep.
Um
So I'll let you go first, and you can pick any of the areas you want. So it's a little bit strategic.
yeah, for sure. Um I will go with a one of them's mental, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with this might but Calvin's mental game.
Dude, come on.
He's just ice cold and he's
I
so
know.
good.
I was gonna take him for my first pick with his backhand.
I know.
His backhand is so
it's
dadgum
just
impressive.
money. It's just money.
It's consistent.
Yeah.
And he throws mid ranges, putters, fairway drivers, and distance drivers
All of it.
equally well.
Yeah.
Like some people throw I throw fairway drivers and putters really well, but mid ranges and distance drivers I don't throw as well.
Yeah.
But Calvin just straight up across the board.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Well, screw you, but also whatever. To that effect, I'm going to take
And are we kind of picking off of this year or just like how they have been in the past? Because like Eagle doesn't have a forearm this year.
Yeah, I think
forehand,
we're going like
this
today
year.
moving
Cool.
forward.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to putting, and also we can take MPO or FPO.
Okay.
And putting, I'm going to take one Paul Macbeth.
Yep. See, he's got that clutchness,
but which I'm banking that into.
Okay.
Like
into that aspect.
he's clutch with his putt, and so his putting is clutch. So
Yeah,
I don't have his mental game. I don't have his killer instinct with this player,
yeah.
but I've got his putter.
Okay. Um,
Can you see the
yeah, I can see it
note that I
now.
got?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
You're up.
So my putter person is going to be a young Gannon Burr.
Dadgummit.
Statistically, he's even though he says he's not a good putter, he's towards the top. I could have gone with an Andrew Marweed, who is statistically the
Yeah,
best
Andrew
putter.
Marwood is. See, I would have rather taken Gannon somewhere else, but yeah, that was strategic
I
to
could
because
too.
I
I just like I don't know another prodigy play. Like I could have taken his backhand, I guess, but
yeah,
for
but there are other people with good
yeah.
backhands.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go forehand
Okay. Yeah.
and taking the lefty, the Chris Clemenade. Now, granted, this is not a lefty forehand, or if I pick a right-handed player's backhand, it's just their skill
It's just their forehand.
in
Yeah.
that range. Yeah.
Um okay, for backhand, um actually I'm gonna go scramble. This might I might be screwing myself up, but mm, I'm gonna go with Chris Dickerson for scramble.
Nice.
I was thinking should I go his backhand, but I think there's a few players that just get like a little bit more
A better
power.
backhand, more distance. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
He's a very consistent backhand. He's like an 8 out of 10
Yeah,
backhand,
yeah.
but he's always an 8 out of 10. Um. Okay. Well, there's one player on the board who is an anomaly that he's left on the board,
Yeah. Well,
and my favorite player.
you're saying we're picking from what they are
Like today,
today.
moving forward.
Yeah, and we've seen him for 2.5 rounds. So
Yeah, but I'm confident in 6 months he'll be fine.
yeah.
You know,
Um,
don't be so narrow-minded,
I
Michael.
know, I know. For
Ooh.
backhand, I'm gonna go with a Kyle Klein.
Ooh.
He won the Pro Tour All-Star Distance Contest. Granted, he hit a roller, but he can throw far. There's a reason they call him a crush boy. So yeah, that's a very good one. That's a very good
Eagles
one.
left on the board.
Yeah,
I'm not just trashing on your team, but I got Eagle, Paul, and Rick on my team.
I know.
That's
I know.
a little bit goated.
Yeah, it's not bad. That's for sure. Okay, who else is like in? Oh, good. Okay, for me, my dress is gonna be Ezra Aderhold.
That's a great pick.
I know. I like his.
Except, nope, you can't take him
Oh, because Chris Dickerson.
because you already have
Okay,
Chris Dickerson.
yeah. So what am I
You've taken Discmania, Discraft,
Prodigy
Innova,
Discraft?
and Prodigy, and I've taken Dynamic Discs. Oh, so I can't take Rick,
Huh? Yeah, boy.
and I took Chris first, so I can't take Rick.
So you think of
Um,
that one?
so I'm gonna take. Oh, frick, never mind.
You take your time.
That is a dadgum shame. So I'm going to take one
Hmm?
Simon Lizotte for
Yeah,
his scramble game
yeah,
because
yeah,
he
yeah.
throws the craziest lines and can get out of situations that
The way he throws
practically no other player can.
the way he throws a putter in a mid is just like he throws it as far as most people throw their fairways, and the touch and control that he has. That's a very good one.
Thank you. Thank you. Coming up
Yeah.
with it on the spot, you know.
Um, for me, I'm gonna go still dress, and I like his flair that he brings.
Don't do it.
Nico LaCastro.
Hmm.
Ni-
I don't
Ni-
hate that.
Nicky LaCastro.
Yeah, Nikki. Okay. Which means I got mental game and dress slash swagger. I have Innova available to me, Prodigy, open bag, or dress.
Don't take Big Germ's dress. He's very flamboyant on the course.
Yeah,
Or Joel Freeman
I'm not a fan of Joel Freeman's apparel.
style.
No, I'm not a fan. I I I don't even like the way that he plays. I respect it, but I'm not like the biggest fan of him. I am actually surprised how good he's been. Like
He's
been
just solid. He's
he's
very
been
solid.
a happy, like a pleasant surprise to see how well he's played. Like he's surprised me for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to make a pick here. Oh, this is this is a little bit of a cheater pick,
Yeah.
and my reasoning for it is he is once called Nate Safeton,
Yep.
but he will not put himself in a situation where he's going to be like he plays the course. He plays
Yeah.
course management very well.
He's not the person where if he's in 20th place, he's not running a 60 foot putt with danger behind. He will just kind of give it a very floaty half bid and be very happy getting his par as opposed to giving away strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with Paul's putting and Nate's course management, I like it.
Yep. Yep.
And that was my
Uh,
Innova pick. So
that's a good one. For my forehand, I'm gonna go a Kristen Tatar.
okay.
I think she has one of the best forehands in the FPO division. Um, so I'm just gonna equate it to the same as one of the best MPO. Obviously, the distance is a little bit different, but
hmm
um,
But her capabilities.
yes, for sure.
I truthfully have not watched enough of her game to like I've mostly just watched like her putting and her like
Yeah,
upshots. I feel like
yeah,
I haven't seen as much of her like forehand abilities.
yeah. I should have
But
said
I
Owen Scoggins. But I have
oh
Calvin
for
already.
putter.
No,
Yeah.
for Calvin. For
No, I'm saying own for putting.
yeah. No, but she's Innova.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so last is me, and I get to pick somebody's dress and swagger. Um, it's
Who
the
on
first
par?
name that came to mind, and the second name that came to mind was Alden Harris.
I was gonna say Kevin Jones.
I actually like Kevin's dress. Like Kevin dresses well,
Yeah,
and he's got good hair. You gotta respect it.
yeah,
Well, I do like Alden Harris's swagger a little bit. Just kind of young buck.
yeah.
Um, but I'm gonna go with uh shoot. Why can't I think of his name now? It just left me. Um,
Is he on Prodigy? Oh, yeah,
it's not for everybody. It's not always for me, but sometimes he has just like some
yeah,
fly look.
yeah, for sure.
So
I like it.
sick. Well, comment below who you think has the better
See,
GOAT player.
other than Eagle, I mean, Paul's really good, but like Eagle's backhand is for sure dominant. You have a lot of you have the best players from 5 years ago on your team.
Yeah. No. Yes, but also no.
I went with a lot of the young guns, the newer guys. I guess
Dude,
it's just two of
you
them.
could have taken Ricky
Anyone.
Wysocki's forehand.
Well, he can't throw. He's not playing right now. I know I could have
Yes,
taken it.
but he will be playing in like it's not just like if you
Oh, okay,
like build a
okay.
player for today, it's build a
Yeah,
player for the next 5 years.
yeah.
So
I
I
was
mean
thinking I was
forehand,
lost in today.
I think I got the upper hand.
Yeah, Chris throws it a
Backhand,
lot.
I think I got the upper hand.
Yeah,
Putting, I might not have the upper hand.
no. That's the thing. Paul's putting is
Is
only
sometimes
is only goated in
when he needs to be
majors.
clutch.
In majors. Yeah, like his clutch factor is so much higher than everyone else's.
Unreal.
But this
Watching
like
his 18 down at Toboggan,
the
he made like 4 60 footers, and you're like, he was just like stand still, putt,
nothing.
no big deal,
Nothing.
just
Absolutely
cash.
nothing. So like when he need when he is on, but everyone is when they're on, they're the best.
Yeah,
Um, but statistically,
Gannon.
Gannon's a better putter.
Yeah, scramble game. I honestly think it's a toss up.
Yeah, it could go
They
either
both
way.
have different. Actually, I might lean Chris, but they both have different strengths of scramble game. Like Chris has a surprisingly amazing forehand,
Yeah, when he needs it.
and Simon just gets himself out of crazy situations.
Yeah,
Mental
yeah,
game. I mean, you win there. I can make a case for why my character is good for my team,
yeah,
but you got that there for sure.
yeah.
And dress, I think I lean Nico.
Eh, dress is top of like toss up whatever style. Like I've seen sometimes Nico wears those like flame colored pants. I'm like, what are you doing out there? But then there's sometimes I'm like, that outfit's fire. Like I could rock that for sure.
Yeah.
So
So, okay, fun exercise.
yeah, fun.
All right.
Uh,
What do you got for us?
so we just built the ultimate greatest player of all time. But I want to go over and kind of just make a little mock up top five, top 10,
Mm,
kind of our own rankings
personal rankings.
for the season, for this season only. So we're not going past, it's just for
As of
this,
today,
as of today, kind of who do we think are the top? Do we want to do five or do we want to do seven?
um,
10
might
or
build out
10.
top 10.
Okay. And let's go back and forth. Like we're gonna collaborate over this so we don't have to like try argue who's your top 10 and that.
Yeah, I think we should make a left-hand backhand power rankings.
Yeah. Everyone likes a power ranking.
We can revisit this later in the year as well as another
Yep.
exercise.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll let you start.
I think you
It's a
missed
clear.
nine. You missed nine. But yeah, it's Calvin.
Yeah.
It's
Easy.
it's Calvin. He has the results. He has the game. He has everything. There's um and I will say it's very hard. So this power ranking is just for the Pro Tour. I'm not gonna have Ricky on my top 10. He
Currently, no.
he just
I agree with you.
he hasn't played. Like I can't
He's not there.
yeah, I can't put someone is. Um number
I have an opinion on number two.
okay. Who are your two? Yep. Yep. There's only
That's number two to me.
there's only one other guy that I could see possibly bumping him out. You think Paul?
I do. Who else would you think?
I would say Kyle Klein
At three over Paul.
in the his results. Like, am I picking Kyle over Paul every single time? No, but has Kyle finished ahead of Paul almost every
Paul's been
season?
in top five almost in every event he's played in so far.
So has Kyle, and he has a win.
Okay. Well, we can move Paul to four.
I mean, I love Paul. I'm one of his biggest fans, but
No, you're
I,
not. You don't think he's that. You think Kyle's better than him.
so far this season he has. He's played better.
Yeah.
One thing that like when I watch Paul and he's on those final round lead cards, one thing that like some of the decisions he does, like he's just kind of like faltered at the end.
Which is
And
uncharacteristic of him historically.
it's uncharacteristic, but it's also like
But once it comes to a major, he doesn't do it.
he's one he's a little bit different because one, he does like he's the type of player where for him it's first or last. Like
Yeah,
if you're not first, you're last.
which I
So like
respect. When you're at
he's
his level, he doesn't care about how much money he makes on it. He just wants to
he
win.
wants to win. So what happens to him is he gets kind of
In these
behind
positions where
behind
he has
slightly
to
or yeah.
try to compensate.
Yeah, so what he ends up doing is like just kind of like getting himself into that trouble
Yeah,
and falling down the leaderboard. Um, but one day it's gonna like just keep rising.
yeah.
Um, so I don't know. I just feel like Kyle's been very, very solid this year.
I mean, I
Uh,
don't disagree. I would have put Kyle at 4, but
yeah. Uh,
fifth place. I don't know.
who else?
I have kind of a fifth, sixth, or maybe a sixth, seventh kind of position.
Yeah, I'm thinking
We mentioned him earlier.
there's a few guys that are like in this area
Tier.
to me. Yeah, I think
There's
of
Joel Freeman.
Joel Freeman. Well, I feel like he hasn't had that. Like he has the skills, but he hasn't had the results so far.
He has.
He has?
He's finished top 10 in every tournament.
Really?
He's always like 8, 9, 10, but he's been there every
Oh,
tournament.
well then he's number five for sure. Because my other guys
I
have
mean, we
not.
can you can double check the stats on that, but
Yeah, yeah.
and then my other player that I want to put like 6 or 7 is Anthony Barella.
I would put him. I could put him
Like
seven.
maybe 7 or 8.
I the some guys that are coming to my mind are Ezra Aderhold,
Mm.
and he's had a few top
He's
tens.
Yeah,
He's
he
got
has, but I think AB just finished second at Texas State. He was in contention
it
at
was a silver
Vegas.
event. It was a silver event.
Still,
Ezra finished third,
yeah, but
and
let's
then
Ezra's like highest finished.
Ezra finished I think seventh at Vegas. Like I looked at the Disc Golf Pro Tour like just standings right
The
now.
points,
Yeah, Ezra's in second or third. So like he's
yeah,
had
because he and AB have played like the most tournaments.
yeah, yeah. And or
Um,
James Proctor.
oh, dude, James Proctor needs to be 5.
Okay.
Sorry, Joel Freeman. I'm making an executive decision.
It's another J, so they're the same person.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one looks weird and the other one doesn't. But uh, so I got AB up here.
Okay,
I got I
we'll
got
put AB.
Eagle as well. I feel like this is where Eagle falls currently.
Yeah. Do you think he's ahead of Simon?
I don't know. So in this range, we got Eagle, Simon, AB, and you're making a case for Ezra.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else in this tier that we're missing?
Probably. I had it on my screen, but I don't know how to pull it up. I'm terrible at
Technology.
yeah. Am I still recording if I exit full screen?
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Okay.
currently sharing my screen. It's just being shared.
Yeah, I know that. Here. Okay. These are the Disc Golf Pro Tour MPO points standings on Statmando. Oh, here's a guy we kind of forgot about. So number 1, Calvin. Number 2, Kyle Klein. Number 3, Ezra Aderhold. He's played in 6 events. he has 5 top 10s. So he has the most top 10s on this list. He has the most top 10s. Paul is fourth. Then we got James Proctor, and then we got a Kevin Jones.
Kevin Jones, yeah.
Kevin Jones, and there's also a Cole Redolin.
Rodolin. To me, he doesn't crack the top 10 yet.
No, he's only had one top 10 so far. So here are the top 10s. I'll put them in order. So Ezra has the most top 10s with 5 this season. Calvin has 4, which 2 of them came from
Oh, I forgot. Ezra tied for second because everybody else was just going for the win and they choked.
Yeah, yeah. So, but like Ezra was
Calvin's
still
gone first, third, first.
yeah,
Jeez.
Calvin has 2 wins. Paul has a win, but that's from the wraparound event, so I asterisk next to that one.
Yeah.
James Proctor has 3 top 10s. Kevin Jones has 2. Joel has 2. Matty O has 2. Corey Ellis has 2. AB has 2. So
And Eagle really hasn't done that great currently.
no,
So we're
no,
looking at it as of today. So Eagle is not in the top 10.
yeah,
And Cole Redolin has a third place and not too much else to support him.
yeah. Cole's not quite there. He's right there on the cusp. But this one, 7. I like Ezra. He's
If not
had it.
higher.
He's fine at 7.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like our 5, 6, 7, they're to me like those are really interchangeable. And then I also think our 8, 9, 10 are going to be interchangeable.
So Kevin Jones.
Kevin Jones, AB, and who else was it?
Is AB this high?
Yeah,
Are we sure?
yep.
He's
He's
down at 22nd in Pro Tour standings.
yeah, but his
Second, 8th, and then 51st.
in the Pro Tour,
He didn't play at
yeah,
Waco.
yeah. Um, we could put Eagle at 10. You want to put Eagle at 10?
Other than Corey Ellis's 103rd place finish, he was 8th and 10th, which is consistent.
Yeah. After he rocked my pick last week, no, he's not getting the top 10.
No.
Or Simon. Do you want to do Simon? Because
how has Simon done?
He
got second at Open at Austin.
And then, Vegas, he didn't do great.
47th at Vegas.
I don't even know if he played Waco.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. Like he's played like 2 or 3 events. That's it.
Just looking to see who else might deserve to make that board.
Yeah, yeah.
Mason Ford has actually done pretty well. 6th at Austin, 16th at Waco, 25th at Vegas.
Just kind of solid. What about Matty O?
8th, 7th, and 41st. So I think maybe Matty O needs to take 10.
Yeah, that's fine. He's I think 8th in the points. So
14th.
That's the
Luke
ranking.
Sampson is. Oh, sorry. If you filter by points, my bad.
Yeah, I was only looking at points. I don't care about their ranking. So
Gotcha. Okay.
cool.
I think we'll save this and we'll revisit it.
Yeah.
We'll
put
say
the week. End of March. Yeah. That's fine.
okay. I like it.
Nice.
James Proctor at 5. I really like.
Yeah.
I think that is the perfect spot for him.
Yeah, he's right there.
Okay. Let's do it.
Sweet. All right. Into the bags.
Quick bag update for me.
Yes.
I went all black, white, and purple
Nice.
just for funsies
Those look
because
like some MVP discs in there.
it does.
I know
No
they're not,
MVP.
but
I got a Black Origin, Doombird 4, an Escape, and the only real disc that I want to highlight is this DD1.
nice.
So I threw it a little bit when I first got it. It's a little stiff for my liking,
Hmm.
but as it warms up here, hopefully this weekend, I think it'll
Yeah,
be a little bit better.
perfect.
Um, really solid for forehands, like slight hyzer, flip up, little bit of turn,
Yeah.
solid fade.
How would
And then
you?
backhands, it's like a little bit more stable than my swords,
Okay.
but less stable than my cloud, like a cloud breaker for me
Yeah,
backhand.
yeah. How would you
But like
compare it to your
I still get
Enigmas?
um
Because that's what,
not
like,
as
to me, when you're talking about that, like, more overstable than your swords and less overstable than your Cloudbreaker, like,
mhm,
that's where your Enigmas kind of sit,
yeah.
right? So,
Yeah, probably very similar in terms
yeah.
of what I can get this disc to do.
Okay.
But it's a good disc to throw, and it's an 11 speed, and I am kind of just testing to see the real difference between an 11 speed and a 12 speed for me, both
Yeah.
forehand and backhand.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm really going to be putting a lot of work into my form these next 2 months as I get ready for our next section. But
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
so let's see. Yeah, that's all I really have to point out and highlight from my bag.
Nice. Um, I
Oh, actually,
added,
sorry.
oh, okay.
Soft Origin. Exo Soft
Nice.
Origin.
That's weird.
Sick.
Understable.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. So I went out to the field today and threw my bag, and everything was just like way too stable. I just wasn't getting any flip turn, possibly some of my form, but I think I have a consistent enough form now that I can throw it the same way, and I need discs to kind of change and give me different flights.
Yeah.
So I'm adding a lot more understability into my bag. Um, and so I'm gonna put this bad boy back
Yeah.
in there.
Nice trespass.
It's not really, it's like not understable, but it gets good distance and it can actually like it'll actually turn for me. So I
Hmm.
I took
Good.
one of my like overstable destroyers out because my green one that I have that I can get turned with is plenty of overstable, so I don't need anything other than that.
Sure.
Um, I got these last week and I threw them for the first time. We got the
Welcome to the K1 plastic,
I
baby.
know we got the Lots and the Falk. I never know which one I'm throwing. I never know well, I know which one I'm throwing, but like I'll never get the names right for a while. But this plastic feels amazing. The the Lots is that little bit more stable, but it gets a nice straight flight and then a gentle like pushing fade at the end. So I really
It's
like
like a
that.
it's like a beat-in Thunderbird.
It's a beat-in Thunderbird, and to me, it flies more stable than an Escape
Hmm.
that has the same numbers. So like I really enjoy that
Yeah.
um a lot. And then the the Falk is understable when thrown flat, but if you throw it on a like hyzer flip line, this thing is just absolutely bombing. I threw this one.
Butters.
This is my farthest flying disc today, down and back on the field. So
Heck yeah.
no matter what the wind condition was, um, slightly not uncontrollable, but like you have to be a little bit more touchy with it, and you can't just like full smash. Um,
Roll it
like
or anything.
yeah, it's not gonna roll, but
I'm sorry, like it's not going to roll, so like it would just kind of burn if
yeah,
you were to
yeah. Like
throw it wrong.
one time I threw it on a hyzer, and it was just like popped up straight, turn, and faded, and then the next time I released it a little bit more flat and just like turned the whole way. So figuring that one out. Um, my
I got a couple of lots as well that I'm mess around with for fun,
There
just
you
to kind
go.
of tie you there.
Good, good. I'm gonna put the Centurion back in my bag.
Nice.
I need a more understable, um, kind of slower fairway. I think it'll be good because I don't have a super understable mid either. I have just kind
Mm,
of like more neutral ones. So this one can just be like it's not really gonna be even that understable, but hopefully I throw it enough times, it'll kind of beat in, be like a controlled, a really nice controlled flight when not
yeah.
thrown 100%. And then last bad boy, the
Hex, yeah.
Lazadal. Yeah, the Hex. This one, compared to the other one that I have, it is a, not a lot more, but it is less stable in flight. So it stays a lot straight. Like if I throw both of them at the same time, this one goes way straighter and have a little bit of turn, but then will fight harder at the end. Whereas the
Hmm.
other one is like will hold any line. So if I throw it flat, it's not turning. Like it's not going to turn at all. But then it's not going to really fade at the end. So it's weird. Everyone says the Eclipse is more overstable.
Yeah,
So I didn't find that like drastically to be true. But I'm also not a robot throwing them. So, but
we're
I
not
like them.
Calvin.
I like the feel of it. I added 3 glow discs to my bag, so if I'm ever playing late at night, I can find
Hopefully
something,
find him.
find something out there. So for sure,
That's sick.
yeah. But
Okay,
yeah,
well, it's
mentally, I'm adding those discs for a specific course that we have the opportunity to go play
mm,
in 2 months. Like I like to build my bag on where I'm going to be playing next. So
yeah.
I have the course
Whereas
that
I
you're
like to
gonna
build
go.
my bag on color.
Well, you have enough of every disc, and
I have
you choose the same 5 molds, and you just have 100 colors of each of them. So,
I got a good I got a bunch of Graces too.
yep,
That's like a DT1. Got
yep,
enough. I got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 8 zones on the wall, plus 2 in the bag, plus 4 in the garage.
yep,
So
yep,
I find my discs that I like,
yeah, and just different colors.
but yeah, building a bag for the toboggan.
Yes,
That's in the next few weeks. That's what we're going to be doing for
that segment.
one of our segments is building
Yep,
out each area of my bag specifically for the toboggan. So,
yep, yep.
well, road to USAMs
Yes,
segment
we're
4.
little over 2 months,
Two.
nine
Yep.
weeks, 10 weeks probably,
Oh,
because it's on the 10th. 9, 10, 11.
let's do that math, baby.
Yeah.
Let's see, because our first round is a Friday, so
But yep, it's going to be early June. It's going to be in Michigan at the toboggan course. Uh, we've
10 and a
been,
half weeks. Yep.
yep, we've been going back and forth, kind of watching. It's like everyone knows Paul's 18 down. That's
Famous,
just
famous
unreal.
first perfect round.
Yeah, like you, if you get into disc golf and you are the little bit interested, everyone goes to YouTube to research stuff. That's the
And that
first video that's going to
has
pop up.
like how many million views?
I think 3 to 4 was
Oh,
three
I thought it was like
3.4, 4.4.
thought it was like 6. Now I'm gonna look it up.
It might be. The number I saw in my head yesterday was 4. Um, but yeah, watching him go 18 down. Um, they changed the par slightly, and trees grow like they do in nature. So it's different, but
1.2. Oh no, sorry, that's Paul Macbeth shooting it again. 2.2. Sorry.
yeah.
Continue. I
So
apologize.
yeah, no, it's just it's fun to mentally figure out and piece together your bag for a specific course. And that's the beauty of playing on a famous course like this. There are multiple
Lots of
rounds
coverage.
of coverage. So you get to kind of like go in with a game plan before you actually play it.
Yeah.
So we're
I
excited.
did see that on UDisc, this course is not always
Available.
it's let's
Yeah.
see. I was just looking at it.
In the winter it turns into a sledding hill.
Correct.
Yeah. So they pull the baskets and all that jazz.
Jeez, why can't I find it now? There we
It's
go.
all right.
Kensington Park. Yeah, if you click on it, 4.8, legendary course with large elevation changes, tight fairways, and punishing rough.
Oh,
Sounds like a challenge, baby.
yeah.
Well, this week's update on the road to USAMs is we got more clarification / confirmation from our significant others as to the likelihood of going,
Yep.
which I'm at like a 90% now.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Mine's around there, maybe a little bit lower since I'm not the one competing, but
yeah.
it's up there and climbing.
Then we got the early birds that are potentially interested in coming out as well.
Yep.
As well as my parents, which I just told them
Yeah.
today, and they might be into it. So
Yeah.
shout out mom and dad. If you want to pay for our lodging, that'd be pretty cool since you don't have any kids living. I guess you have one kid living at home, but
Yeah.
you don't have any kids under 18 living in your house,
Anymore.
leeching off of you anymore.
Yeah.
So spend that disposable income on me.
Yeah. Your darling son.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun. We're gonna get in contact hopefully with a few pros and kind of find out the best sleeping arrangements, where to stay, where to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
And not on this podcast, but well, we'll talk about it eventually, but kind of just go into our game plan of how we're wanting to attack the course for sure. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to
Road
just
to
like playing
USAMs,
it.
baby.
Yeah. It starts now.
And
10.5 weeks?
to 10.5 weeks.
There you go.
To tease out some exciting news, we might have a brand partnership at this event, as in
Yes.
left hand backhand might have a little brand partnership. So teasing that for the future.
Yeah.
More details to come. Also, a potential guest down the road who wants to come.
Yeah.
Teasing one man who likes raccoons. So
Yeah.
we'll just leave it at that.
Exactly. All right. Lefties out.
Peace.
Remember, like, subscribe, share. We'll see y'all next week.
Comment whose team was the best.
All right. Have a good one, guys.